Welcome back to another Diablo Immortal video. Today I want to go into the game and show you a few new things that dropped. I want to talk about some discussion topics from yesterday that need some clarification, and I want to take a deeper look at the Phantom Market Cosmetic. Starting off, we do have Survivor's Bane, which entered back inside of the game today. Make sure you get yourself on through. Take advantage of all the rewards because this time around, it is actually in the events tab and you could earn battle points and all of that. The way I typically enjoy my events, it allows me to progress my battle pass more effectively, get a little bit more rewards versus it being part of one of the other events. As you can see right here, the Moon Children's Ceremony is where the Survivor's Bane is typically housed, but right now Fractured Plane is inside of there, so Survivor's Bane got its own feature over here in the events. So I'm happy about that, being someone that really does love playing Survivor's Bane. I'll be playing through this first thing today. Now, with 20 days left in the Battle Pass, I'm really not focusing too hard on trying to progress it. I'm just saving my points all over here so that progress will happen whenever I do decide to get that claimed. All I'm claiming right now are the quests throughout the day, and I'm basically keeping all of the activities to myself. Now, I gave a little bit of a sneak peek to some of the comments right here, and we do have one coming in from Liquil1603 saying the new costume is perfect costume for Necros, and I'm thinking of finally spending. And this tells us one thing, that players that may have never spent inside of the game before may run into a cosmetic that they absolutely fall in love with and feel just that need, that want, that desire to purchase that cosmetic, which is where the Phantom Market Cosmetics fall into place. And this is the reason why, in my opinion, cosmetics as far as monetization goes is a very positive thing, because it doesn't affect gameplay in any way, and people do feel inclined to purchase and support the game because they love the way that it looks. And Krakendoc also is a fan of the cosmetic, and apparently he made a video with his Druid cosmetic, and he noted that the Druid has the wife on top of the staff, which is something I didn't notice. I love how the wizard is holding the wife's head, or it's floating above his hand, and it looks like the Druid has a little bit of that element as well. And honestly, overall, I've been seeing comments all over the place that people are in love with this cosmetic. And as I mentioned inside of this video, I will be completely unlocking this cosmetic for myself. And check this out, this is actually really funny. Inside of the game, it shows me Krakendoc in his account, and as you can see on the top of the staff, you do have the wife on the Druid class. I personally like the floating head better than the whole wife image on top of the staff. I think that this head looks a lot better, but either way, overall, this cosmetic is an absolute win. Now, if you recall in yesterday's video, we had a brief discussion on activating blessings. First of all, I did this yesterday. When you activate blessings, you do activate all of them at once. In my opinion, initially, being that we have new essences, the most important thing and the most valuable thing here are the new essences and getting them unlocked more quickly, then the high quality equipment, and then if you're someone that likes to class change a lot, an alternative classes equipment as well. For me, I don't care about that one as much for some reason, although I do class change often enough. But we have this forum post actually here saying this is from Necromama, saying, I've already unlocked all essences for my difficulty, so right from the start, one of the blessings is useless to me, saying that the new essence is just not worth any value. In 10 minutes, I've used it. I've received 3 underpowered Legos and no benefit at all. What would be better is a blessing that provides the next highest tier of gear drops per combat rating, sort of like a pre-farm. That way we could at least see the blessings working. Well, that's actually not a bad idea. We may not be able to equip the gear yet, but we have an incentive to grind on. The blessing is for those who are behind the curve. It helps them keep up. It doesn't do anything for players at gear cap. And there's actually some truth to that, to be honest. This is definitely something that's going to help a lot of players that are below level get themselves up to level. 100% it's going to be valuable to them. It'll also be valuable, or should be valuable, to people that have not yet unlocked new essences. This is another way of doing it. In addition to saving your mystery items and saving all of those chests and all of that, this is another way to get the new essences. With this said, I did activate my 1-hour blessing yesterday, and I did not receive any new essences, and I did not receive any new high quality gear either. So, just saying, It didn't do anything great for me. Not saying that it didn't do more great things for others. There was another question here as well regarding this, and this is Mr. Merchant saying, I love your content. I'm here every day watching and learning, which very much I appreciate. Thank you. And he says thank you. So wondering about something, maybe you got the answer. Where should we, your fans, be using our 1 hour blessing? Cheers, bud. And then he said that I said for essences. And then actually James comes through and clarifies saying all 3 are activated, which is absolutely true when you use the 1 hour. The essences for your class will occur before the essences for other classes. Once you have all essences for your class, the game will drop essences for the class you choose within the event, which is actually really great information to know. So when you claim all of the new essences utilizing the activated blessings, then it'll start getting blessings, or I'm sorry, essences for the class that you choose as your alternate class. And if you didn't know how to change that, you come right up here, click on this, and you could change what class you want to switch the alternate essences to. I have it as the Barbarian because the Barbarian is my long lost favorite, and that's where we sit. But it is time that we take a deeper look at the Eternal Embrace set Phantom Market. Remember, this is approximately a $170 cosmetic, and it comes across all classes. It also unlocks different cosmetics that are not cross-class for the class that you're currently wearing. You also can get additional portals and other items like that that are also bound to your class. I need to thank Blizzard for sponsoring the video by giving me the obols to actually do this pull. As you can see, we have them right up here, provided by Blizzard. If you want to take a look at odds and you're wondering what are the chances, it actually tells you what it costs and then what the odds are of getting what you may be looking for. So as you can see, the emote, I have a 60% chance to pull that emote on my first pull. And if I actually want the Eternal Embrace set, it's a 0.13% chance. The Eternal Embrace portal, a 3% chance, yada, yada, yada. You guys can see how that looks. But let's start this out and start with our first draw. What are we going to grab? Are we going to get lucky? Actually, see, we went and got ourselves the Last Lightkeeper's Crimson Weapon to start things out. Let's draw our second draw. Also, let me know in the comments section below if you happen to unlock the main cosmetic, this Eternal Embrace cosmetic, on your first draw. Really love hearing when people get lucky and have those nice pulls. Last Lightkeeper's Cyan Armor. Not bad. Not that I love the armor, but I think it's really cool when we unlock some of the better cosmetics versus some of these other items like emotes, etc. as we go. Notice I'm also unlocking right now things along this side. We just unlocked the portal, which I'll probably never use, but we unlocked the portal for the wizard class. Let's do another draw right here. And we got ourselves the Last Lightkeeper's Cyan Weapon to match that cosmetic. Another draw, 550 of those obols. Last Lightkeeper's Crimson Armor. So it's basically a green version, and then we have a red version. This cosmetic here is basically a modified version of a Battle Pass cosmetic from not so long ago. Let's see if that's what we get next. We'll probably get the weapon for it next. And we did. Gilded Antiquity Burnt Orange Weapon. There we go. Now we'll probably get the cosmetic. Oh no, we actually got the Eternal Embrace portal, which I will demonstrate for you in just a little bit, which good odds for us right there. Another draw. We got the ultimate unlocked. You'll see what this actually looks like. Oh, you see how that face pops up on the screen? I actually really like that a lot. Check it out. Boom. The wife's face or the man's face just jumping out at you. Now we have this Gilded Antiquity, Burnt Orange, and the final cosmetic we should get right here. We get the background as well for 30 days. We unlocked the frame with that as well. That's the background we're talking about right there. And we also got the haunted visual effects, which are basically ghostly auras spinning around you. And we have unlocked the cosmetic. I have to say, this cosmetic, it didn't have a little trailer that came along with it, did it? I don't believe it did. Now let's take a look at these other few items that we got for the additional draw rewards. We got ourselves an emote, a zombified guy. We have this one right here, which doesn't look like a Happy Blood Knight, and another portal, which is actually really nice, the Lightkeeper's Cyan portal. I like the look of this portal, not too bad. So now we are on the cosmetics screen. Let's actually click right here and equip all 3. That means I have, oh man, that's pretty cool. We have the portal equipped, we have the weapon equipped, and we have the actual cosmetic. Can we remove the head? We can't hide the helmet on this one. And the back accessory, can we hide the back accessory? Can't really see what that is, the back accessory. Oh wait, is that actually the guys behind us? No, it's not. Okay, we also have unlocked some things over here. The ultimate, we have the visual effects, and the background that we can use now for a few days as well, which I think looks really nice. Let me demonstrate the portal for you. Going into the portal, you have the blood coming up. It's not as large as some of the other portals we've seen in the past, but it is a nice looking one. I like the blood that's there on the ground. Let's do one more time. Let's do it going straight up into it right there, and we'll find ourselves a place to teleport. Here we go, straight up into the portal. Pretty cool looking, man. I'm a fan of this cosmetic. I like dark, you know, evil looking things, and we definitely do get that with this ghostly looking cosmetic at the end of the day. But there's one more comment I want to touch on before we sum up the video for the day. And the comment is from Stefan and Anderson saying, yes, of course, a game should be made accessible. He's talking about when we discussed the different colors and things inside of the game for people with some type of vision issues. He said making a game accessible helps everyone, not just a minority of players. You might find yourself in a situation when adjusting the font size or additional visual indicators makes it easier to play. Totally agree. Whether you need these settings permanently or temporarily. I'm sorry, but saying you don't need accessibility settings is a bad take. I did not say, and if I did, I didn't mean that we don't need accessibility settings or they're not important. I think that it's not, when a developer is creating a game, it's not the first thing that they're thinking of. They want to develop the game first, give a good game experience for majority of players, and then implement those types of things that are going to make it even better experience for a broader group of players. It's always easier to implement accessibility from the start rather than after the game is finished. Maybe true. Again, I'm not a game developer and I don't know anything about how that all takes place. If we're talking about font size, sure. Adding the ability to add font size in there and stuff like that as you're developing a game, 100%. But if we're looking at visual effects things and things that are maybe needed over time, they could totally be implemented. Why wouldn't you want to ensure your game be played by as many people as possible? And I agree with Stefan right here that it should be played by as many as possible. But when you're doing any type of a project, gaming or not, I feel like you need to, or most companies would, go to the masses first and then fix things or adjust things or add things so that it is basically available for everyone. At the end of the day, I want everyone on this planet to be able to play Diablo Immortal, no matter what their ability, disability, or whatever they are dealing with. So I wanted to just bring this one up again, just to clarify. And let's jump into this really quickly. When we take a look at the cosmetic, doesn't that look familiar? When that cosmetic, there's another one that does the same thing. Let me see where it is. Is it right here? Yeah, it's right there. Very similar, right? That and this. Looks like it used the same animation because they don't. Oh, this one does the same thing too. Wait, do they all do the same thing? They don't all do. Well, they don't, because then this one here has a different one. I guess a lot of them do the same thing. Either way, I love the cosmetic. Let me know if you got it on your free draw or if you decide to spend on it yourself. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy the game. Get grinding. It's Survivor's Bane Day.